What's up, everyone? Nate here, and I'm back with another Out of the Theater review. Now, I went to do a little double feature today, and I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 3, followed by Mufasa, the Lion King. Now, there will be a short review coming out in a couple days for Mufasa. This review will be for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I did enjoy the first two Sonics, so, going into this, I was looking forward to it. I was like, okay, well, the first two were pretty good. Better than they had any business being, I'll tell you that. So I was looking forward to it. So before I give you my 2 cents on this movie, if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already, and hit the bell icon. That way you get notified every time new videos drop. Also, if you can, just leave me a thumbs up down below and a comment. Do you want to see this movie? Do you not want to see it? Did you see it and like it? Did you hate it? I want to know. So I went to see this. It's a Thursday. Obviously, I go to the movies every Thursday night, and I had a pretty rowdy theater. I'm not gonna lie, but like the rowdy, not like they were talking throughout the movie, but like they were clapping at parts. At the end, they cheered for something that happens on the screen. It was very interesting. I think I was in there with some like diehard Sonic fans or something. So I mean, it was neat. I didn't hate it. It is, it's always fun to see a movie in a theater with people who really want to see it and are excited about it. I can't get mad. They didn't ruin the movie at any point for me. We're not talking like Avengers here where they were clapping for 45 seconds so you couldn't hear dialogue. They just popped for certain stuff, so that was fun. So the theater experience was actually pretty good. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm not gonna lie, this movie was good. And I personally think it is the best of the 3. And I'll tell you why. I think I really enjoyed the first one, introducing the character, introducing Jim Carrey as Robotnik, who I'm a diehard Jim Carrey fan. So even to this day, if he's like attached to something, I'm interested in it, no matter what it is. Comedy wise, I don't really like any of his like serious roles, but comedy wise, I will still go for Jim Carrey. So I was glad to see him back. I liked the dynamic with, James Marsden's character and Sonic, and the whole family thing was cute. The second one sort of upped the action a bit. Introduced Knuckles, Tails, a couple of iconic Sonic characters as well. Idris Elba as Knuckles, great voice cast, and I love the way he portrays him. I like the way he's written in these movies in general. Tails is cute, it's whatever. I thought the sequel did a really good job of sort of upping the ante a bit with the action while continuing the story. Here, I mean, this has the most action by far of all the 3 movies. And a lot of it is pretty cool. You got another character introduced here, and this is in the trailers and everything, so no spoilers, obviously. You got Shadow, played by Keanu Reeves, or voiced by Keanu Reeves, who's another character from the games who a lot of people really like. And I mentioned this in a group text with my friends. I'm like, these Sonic movies have some of the best post-credit scenes for fans of these games, where they show something. I think the first one, if I remember correctly, had Tails in the credit scene or whatever. I don't remember if they had Knuckles, but I know it had Tails. And then in the Sonic 2, the post-credit scene showed Shadow. Everybody went crazy. This one has a post-credit scene. I'm not going to say anything about it, but my theater went crazy for it. So that was pretty good. But anyway, Shadow was teased then. He's in the movie now. Awesome character. I loved Keanu as a great choice for the voice of Shadow. You get Jim Carrey as both Dr. Robotnik and his grandfather. So he plays a double role here, and he looked like he was having a blast. And when he's having a blast, I'm having a blast. Not every single joke hit, but a good amount of them did. I definitely laughed. I laughed a number of times. Sonic actually made me laugh a few times. Knuckles made me laugh a few times. I think the humor worked, and this thing moves at a breakneck speed. Especially the pacing in this movie is fantastic. There's little lulls here and there to move the plot along, but nothing ever drags. There's no, there's a lot less of the family dynamic. Although James Marsden and his wife, I forget her name, they're in the movie and they have a few scenes and they play an important part, but it's not as much. You get a lot of cameos from the past movies, which was fun. And honestly, I just thought, I think the action was really good. The action was really good. As far as video game movies go, I think Sonic as a franchise works. I think it's a lot of fun. If I was 10, So I grew up in the 90s. You know, I know I played Sonic on the Genesis and everything, and even on the Sega Dreamcast. If I was like 10 or 12, I would love this movie. And even as an adult, I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. Do I have any negatives? I mean, no, I don't have any major negatives. But even with that said, like, this is not like a 10 out of 10 type movie. It's a family movie. It's cute. Like I said, some of the humor didn't work for me, but for the most part, it's funny. It has tons of action. It looks cool. They have a cool post-credit scene. I think they knocked it out the park. I think I gave the last movie like a 7. I'm going to give this one an 8.5, 8.5 out of 10. I think this is the best one yet. And I'm actually excited for a part 4. Keep making these things. They're harmless. They're fun. They're very entertaining. So anyway, 8.5 out of 10 for me on Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'll be back next week with another Out of the Theater review. So until then, take it easy.